My name is Megan Cortjens. I am the executive director of Join Our Place. We are a nonprofit focused on serving families who are caring for individuals with disabilities, helping them access resources and services right in their own neighborhoods. I actually was just me doing all of the business side of things and attempting the marketing for Join Our Place, and knew that I was missing out on an opportunity to reach a larger audience through social media marketing, the Google ad grant, SEO, and things like that. And so got connected with the team over at Manticore Marketing, and they have been so tremendous in really helping expand out in our social media marketing, as well as managing our Google ad grant, and now looking at expanding into LinkedIn a little bit. We really aimed to bridge the gap between families and businesses, and especially social media marketing was going to help us do that. And just me as an individual, I wasn't super knowledgeable on especially Facebook and the reach that that has. And so working with you guys has helped us bridge that gap better. To be really candid, so we decided to work with Manticore. A lot of the businesses that we work with have a connection or a heart for the disability community. And Mike does have that heart and that mission for the disability community. And so that meant a lot to us. Having a team of marketing professionals that understand the perspective of the families we're serving is very powerful. I was spending so much time doing or attempting to do marketing that I just didn't have a lot of knowledge about. I think I was missing out on opportunities as far as frequency of posting and then expanding the reach of that to not only grow our audience to our website, but increase our SEO and all of those things. And Minicore has been fantastic in taking actually giving me a lot of my time back by taking on that responsibility for us and expanding our reach, and especially with our website. We launched a new website, and we were not just capitalizing on the visitors there, and you guys have really been able to help us get a lot of traffic there. Working with your agency helps me with what our main mission is, and that's to serve the families. I always say if I'm spending a lot of time doing marketing and figuring out how to use the meta and all of that kind of stuff, then that's time taken away from me generating interviews or adding experts or connecting with a family. And so working with your guys' firm has really actually helped serve the families better because that's where my time can be spent. Utilizing the different channels has really helped with our growth, especially on Google, because Google gives nonprofits that $10,000 a month in a Google ad grant. And I think the obstacle that a lot of nonprofits face is how to maximize the use of that. Um, and I tried to figure it out and just like had a really hard time doing that. And working with you guys, you have really been able to tap into that. I think Google is used by so many families in the disability community. And so maximizing our Google search ads and not having to spend a lot of extra money because of that Google ad grant has allowed a lot of families to come to us. So for our organization right now, you're primarily relying on donations, and you want to make sure when people are donating to your organization, you want that money to be put to really good use that is going to maximize the amount of families that are being serviced from our organization. And so working with Manticore, we've been able to stretch our dollar to not just go to marketing dollars, but really it's expanded the amount of families that we've served times just I don't even know how much, because the content that they need to see is being pushed to them effectively. We're not having to spend extra money on Google ads because you guys are maximizing that Google ad grant. And so it really again comes back to what's the mission of the nonprofit and how do you make sure the dollars being spent are maximizing that mission. We've seen the number of families from all over the country that have been able to come to our website in so many different cities has been so cool. I've talked to families in California, I've talked to families in New York, I've talked to families in Georgia, as well as the businesses. So we really have had a shift as of recently on marketing to the businesses that are serving this community so we can market their services to our families. And really working with you guys, we've been able to get in contact with so many different businesses that are doing that. And it's been so encouraging to see kind of this community come together around these families. We've loved working with the Manticore team. I sometimes am running in like 50 million different directions, and I swear I email you guys like I'll email you like 5 times in 10 minutes. All where if I had taken a step back, I probably could have sent one email. But it's been so great. You guys have been so responsive. Anything, as a newer nonprofit, things are changing so often and so quick. And you guys can like pivot with me so confidently, which is great. We're, going after one channel 1 minute and then another channel the next minute. And so just like your responsiveness, your attentiveness, your resources that you guys have been able to provide to me has been instrumental in the growth of our organization and really helped me maximize my time as well. So time is king. I think that's what people say. And so just it's been truly amazing to work with your whole team and the calls. I mean, we do biweekly calls, which has been fantastic to go through our list of 10 million things. So we're happy to do. If I stopped working with you guys, I'd have to go in and have to figure out how to do Google ad grants and figure out Meta. I personally think the way that we market now through social media, I mean, is huge for all businesses, nonprofit or not. And sometimes the platforms that they use are not the most user friendly. And it can take, I don't even know how many hours it would take me to learn how to maximize that. So I think I would just miss like the confidence in knowing when I do a post or when I introduce new businesses or if I'm trying to reach families, that's handled. I just have to send an email to you guys. And for that to go away, that would be a big problem for our business. As a nonprofit and talking to a lot of other nonprofits, where you spend your dollar is so important. I don't think that nonprofits always think about marketing as like a good use of funds because they go, "Oh, is that like servicing our mission?" And I would really challenge that thought because if you can allocate some of your funds to marketing, you're going to expand your reach, whether that be through the people that you're serving, donors, businesses that you're wanting to connect with, putting some money towards marketing, working with you guys, working with a company that knows how to not only maximize the spend, but also take full advantage of the benefits that you get from a nonprofit, like those. I find that Facebook ads do really well for us, probably because we are a nonprofit, just like the Google ad grant and stuff like that. And so just take a step back and if you like look at it, spending money through a marketing firm and marketing in general is probably going to expand your mission in some form or fashion. I think a lot of people think of marketing as like they have to hire a marketing professional. And I think working with Manicore is so good. Instead of hiring somebody full time, it's a really good way for you to like figure out what's going to work for you from a marketing capacity. Especially as a nonprofit where there might be times where you have big marketing months and more times and sometimes where you don't need it. And so working with an outside firm is a great way to dip your toe in the water instead of feeling like you have to like fully commit to hiring a marketing professional. And so I always would say to nonprofits, working with you guys has been absolutely fantastic, but it's also a really good way to figure out what's going to work for your business.